indicated she might also support the plan. All eyes now turn to the White House, where President Trump is expected to meet with House and Senate leaders for a second time this week to discuss a way forward to end the government shutdown and tackle the border wall issue. Lindy Kenyon, Washington.
I'm Bob Costantini. Looking to inject himself in the news cycle dominated by events on Capitol Hill, President Trump making his first ever appearance at the briefing room podium.
So I congratulate Nancy. Tremendous achievement.
Tony Perez.
What's
up, Tony?
Yeah,
I'm driving this morning.
But without a wall,
I was going to let everybody know what's up with
Trump was not alone, flanked by Border Patrol agents,
Jason Williams.
of the National Border Patrol Council.
They filed charges on him
from the work that I have done on the
this
Southwest
morning,
border,
early last night, I guess.
Actually work.
So they charged him with assaulting a police officer, and trespass, and I believe resisting arrest is what they charged him with. Obstructing, I think, instead of resisting. Yeah, we had several inches of snow last night. Came down. Let me do this. The biggest snowflakes I've seen in years came down last night. And so they filed charges against Jason last night, and they also filed charges on News Now Patrick the other day for obstructing a police officer, and that's their go-to charge. It's very vague. No snow in southeast Colorado. Well, we got a lot of it here in central Oklahoma last night, even a little farther out west by El Reno, Weatherford. We're waking up to a white morning this morning. We don't get a lot of snow out here like this. We usually just get a dusting or something, but occasionally we will get some snow. We're at 1,200 feet altitude here in Oklahoma. Yeah, like public intox, like James Jameson that they arrested last night on public intox. Last night they did that. Let me see here. Try to keep this camera from falling. Give you a good view. Let's see. Yeah, the roads are passable. They're okay. So guys, like one thing I'll tell you is if they arrest you, just go ahead and put your hands out, turn around, let them cuff you, like I did at that Department of Human Services building in Oklahoma City. Just don't argue, because even if they don't have anything to arrest you on, they can file charges after their false arrest for non-compliance or disruptive activity or assault or resisting. See that charge, resisting arrest? You're resisting it? Well, just like at that Department of Department of Human Services, where the guy told me to turn around, put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest. I complied, but I would, right at that moment, you're compelled to give your name, which I did. And bam, lo and behold, I'm not under arrest anymore. So, I got out of the hassle of going to jail and any other bogus charges that they can try to get you to fall for. It's all gone. So when me and Picture Perfect got arrested, not now, maybe later in Tulsa, we didn't fight, we didn't argue, we just went ahead and went for the ride. We complied, and got down to the station, and that's where we had to ID because you're under arrest. You were a victim of a hit and run in Norman. Where at? Let me see who that was. Andy Mills? No. Doberton Proza. I didn't know you were down in Norman. So I'm trying to look. Yeah, public intox can be a go-to charge also. It damn sure can, which is stupid, sad. No, you do not have to ID yourself to anybody that is not a police officer. You don't have to. You don't have to ID yourself to anyone that's not a police officer. DHS employee, nobody. If they're not in any type of law enforcement, you don't have to ID to anybody. Your privacy is your number one go-to. But yeah, the charges have come down against Jason Williams, and I wish this guy would drive a little bit faster. The roads aren't as bad as what he's playing out to be. Here, let's go ahead and get around his dumb ass. You can drive a little faster than that, dude. There you go. The roads aren't as bad as what you might think, but yeah, they're just smart. You'll be fine. But I'm not going to drive 20 miles an hour the whole way. The law is weaponized. Yes, well, it is a weapon. That's what the law is. It is a weapon. It can be used against you. Oh, look, the Loves. I normally stop here every morning. Look, they're closed. They don't have any power. See that glow in the sky? That's Oklahoma City. We're going to attempt to make it onto the highway. Here we go. Yeah, you have to show your ID to purchase any type of liquor or tobacco or a firearm. But you're not required to do that. You don't have to have that stuff. You know, but you won't be walking out of there without it unless you can prove your age. They're not really wanting to know who you are. They're just wanting to know your age. Prove that you're of legal age to buy it. So the only way you can prove your birthday is to ID. So they got him with resisting, I think obstructing a police officer, assault on a police officer, and trespass after a forbidden warning. That's what they got Jason Williams with. Good morning. So yeah, I'm watching the road pretty good. Now we're out on I-40 now. We are out on the interstate, guys. So can pick up the pace a little bit. And always like to do a little test braking when I get out on a road such as this. Seems fine. The interstate seems like it's 100% passable. So get out there and drive if you're in Oklahoma City. Yeah, it's 33 degrees here. This stuff's going to melt pretty quick. I'm looking at the screen. Let's see what the next thing is with ID. Okay, yeah, that's not it. Oh, I just missed my exit that I was wanting to take, but that's okay. There's ways around that. So yeah, I don't know who else is in there. Oh, it looks like Patrick's in there. I missed him come up. But they filed charges on News Now Patrick as well. They got him and filed it up there in Beaver County. So these secondary charges that they try to get you with is crap. But that's what they try to do. Road's pretty damn rough right through there. Guys, they filed charges. James Jameson, he got arrested last night for public intox up in Elkhart, Indiana. And they went to their other go-to charge of public intox. I'm going to try to have a interview today with Jason Williams and talk to him a little bit, because there's a lot of disinformation floating around. He did ID the clerk. He gave the clerk identification to purchase the alcohol. But they wanted to ID every person in the group. And what they're afraid of is that you're providing alcohol to minors. Well, they're not the morality police. They don't have a duty to actually see into the future and know if you're going to provide alcohol to your child or anybody else that's in your party. I mean, guys, it's obvious. You can tell if somebody's going to be doing a straw purchase. And what a straw purchase is buying something for somebody that can't leave. There's somebody in the ditch right there. Yep. With the highway patrol right there. Nah, I'm not going to get out and cop watch. So it is slippery, guys. Be careful out here in central Oklahoma. So they will try to arrest you, and then they'll use another charge, guys, to put you in jail. You know, if there's no duty to ID, they'll go to their next go-to charge. You know, public intox or obstruction. You're obstructing our investigation by not answering every damn question they want answered. I'm going to go down here and get back on the highway that I missed. Give you a little bit more snow driving, jiving and driving. So if you feel like you're in imminent fear of being arrested, and they are going to do it, they're going to get your ID anyway. They're going to take you down. They're going to hold you. About the only person I know that didn't ID when he went to jail was Picture Perfect outside of Fort Leonard Wood. There's another truck in the bridge in the ditch there, and he spent several hours in custody before they finally released him. And he says that he did not ID in the jail. They finally released him. So guys, it's damn near impossible not to. If they want to push the issue, they will just come up with the obstruction charge and arrest you. And that's why we run our video, to prove that there's no need to ID us, that the circumstances don't warrant it. But then they're going to cry that, like when Okie audits and SEK audits are arrested up in Missouri, that, you know, they have a duty to find out who you are because you're planning an attack. Well, who the hell are they? Time cop? Do they know what we're doing? What are we going to do in the future? It's just stupid, you know. But that's why we need to stand up against this type of oppression. They don't need to know who everybody is on the street or everybody who's standing there taking a picture. Come to a red light right here. So guys, it's a sad day. They went ahead and filed the charge, and they must have really walked that through quickly, because Monday may have been a holiday down there. Tuesday was for sure, and then here it is Thursday. They've got the charges filed up on OSCN against Jason Williams. So you know, they really want to make an example out of him. And they know that they have a lot of questions, so they've got to justify their actions. And then the assault of a police officer, you know, well, their body cams are going to have to prove that. And we plan on open records requesting the body cams, the reports, everything that we can. You can't open records request Walmart's lobby video. You have to get a subpoena for that, because there is lawful requirement for them to turn that stuff over, since they're a private entity. It's their private property, and we don't have the right to get it, except under the conditions of, there. It's so dark I missed my turn again. That's all right, we'll get turned around. So I'm just going to drive and talk. Go up over the curb there. That's all right. A little rough conditions there. See if I can reset the camera. We're going to get on I-240 here. Oh, I'm fine. Yep. A little 1-inch curb. I had to go over there. No big deal. That's why I drive a truck. Talked to a captain yesterday, Charles. Yeah, just jot down what that captain told you. We'll read it in the comments. I'm just heading in to make some pizza dough this morning. Patrick warned you. What did Patrick warn you of? Warn me of, or warn who of? What did Patrick warn? Try to get this camera set up here. I don't have a real camera. Almost got 100 people in here watching, guys. I'm just heading in. Got about 200 pounds, 300 pounds of pizza dough to make. Scroll up or scroll down. Yeah, so okay, they filed charges against Jason Williams out there in Muskogee, and we're still going to have the rally on the 12th, January 12th. At 1 o'clock, 1300 for you military types, and we're going to start at the police station, Muskogee Police, and there's no permit required. We're not going to do any of that stuff. We're just going to meet, we're going to talk, we're going to let them know how we feel about it. So I would like to do this on a weekday, but then everybody's going to complain that it's during a weekday and they can't get off work, and so we're going to hold it on a Saturday so that everybody can complain that, well, it's a Saturday and everybody's closed. Well, you know, you got to pick one. The last time we went up to Beaver, Oklahoma, we only had 17 people is how many we saw with us at the most highest count. Well, we did that on a weekday out in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to try this Saturday rally up in Muskogee, Oklahoma, which is just southeast of Tulsa. And when we get done with the protest, we can all go out to eat, have something fun, maybe go tour the submarine they have there. They've got a submarine in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Muskogee is actually a port. It's the port of Muskogee. They've got several ports in Oklahoma that barges and ships can come up from the ocean. Believe it or not, it's true. We have river passages that are fairly decent. Jason filed charges against police. Well, he does. I don't know that he can file charges. That may come. That happens later in an investigation like this. But what he's doing is just lawyer up. He's going to lawyer up. The city has already been sued for violating Americans with the Disability Act. Yeah, that's true. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh, yeah, we had several inches of snow here in Oklahoma City last night through today. And it's about 33 degrees, so everything's going to start melting, but it's still pretty icy for the morning drive tonight. Jason's need to get charges filed against the police. Well, that comes later after they prove that the actions of the officers were unlawful, guys. The cards are stacked against us. It's very difficult go down and file charges against a cop. You just gotta, they're just gonna laugh at you and all right, just fill out this paperwork, and that's about where it's gonna go. So OKC can keep the snow. Yeah, we're keeping it. A lot of places are closed today, schools and whatnot, but you know, people are going to want to eat their pizza, so go on in to work. I'm going to go to work today, head on in. I'm running 60 on the highway, down here I-240. Trap to set me up. Guys, we're going to just do a peaceful protest. We're just going to go down there, let our grievances be known, stand outside of the police department. Yeah, I think he's got a lawyer coming. And Jason Williams does not have a channel. Jason is just an individual. He's a subscriber to our channels. And here he is doing what we do. Doing the exact same thing you see auditors do, refusing to ID when there's not been a crime articulated, standing up for his rights, and look what happens, man. Look what happens to Jason. So auditing is dangerous. It happens. Look what happened to News Now Patrick. Okie audits and SEK audits got thrown in jail for not IDing when there's not a lawful duty to do so. So, you know, guys, it's dangerous. It is dangerous. Half an inch snow in Nashville, I think. I haven't been able to watch all the comments here. But yeah, we're heading in to do a little making of some dough today. Gonna make dough. And I'll be ending the live stream here shortly, here in a minute. But guys, hopefully you can show up to the rally on June 12th. Just to recap, this is about, we got 111 people in here. I'm going to be ending the live stream here pretty soon. Jason Williams had charges filed on him last night. They are filed with the DA. That's not the end of the world, guys. It's not the end of the world. Now the district attorney will review them and see if he's going to accept the charges and go ahead and proceed. So all that means is the police turn their reports over to the district attorney's office. Having charges filed on you does not mean that you're in hot water yet. It's pending, though. I mean, it's not a good thing, but it's not the worst. It doesn't mean that the charges have been accepted. That's when you know in your hot water. They just did that to Patrick, who's now Patrick, for his obstructing an officer charges up there in Beaver County. They went ahead and did that, guys. So having charges filed on you is just like having a report filled out. They've just laid it on the DA's desk for review, and the DA will go through there and look at it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. Support James Jacobson up there in Elkhart, Indiana. Help make his bail. Check him out. News Now Patrick has, I think, a hearing on the 9th. We're going to head up there, support him. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and end this. 73, you guys have a nice day.